Good afternoon. Honestly, I've been dreading doing this post because it's a very uncomfortable conversation, not so much for me, but to the audience I'm going to address. Because there's a lot of delusion, and I'm going to have some people upset with me. It is what it is. There's a lot of delusion with this transfer portal thing, right? And there's too much monkey see, monkey do. So a guy will see his friend go in the portal and see what his friend gets, or the NIL deal his friends get, and think, oh, well, because I know him, I can get the same thing. And the thing is this, if you don't have a plan or have options or have coaches in some way reaching out to you before you jump in that portal, you shouldn't jump in the portal, right? Because you're going to stay there. There's plenty of guys who've been in the portal for 1 or 2 years. There's been 1 or 2 seasons have gone by and they still haven't played any college basketball since they went in the portal. So you have to be careful with that. Secondly, people think the portal gives players power, when in fact, it doesn't. The players that have power are the players that always have power. The players who are 6'6" and up, freak athletes, guys who are, I'll even say 5, 4, and 3-star recruits, guys who are already on NBA draft boards, guys who are already being seen to be NBA level players or pros. Those guys will have leverage, right? Then the second tier would be guys who went to a mid-major or a lower Division I school, guys who went D2 NAIA and had phenomenal numbers, a phenomenal year. Their team won. Those people have leverage and options when they jump in the portal, right? But everyone else, not so much. If anything, the portal has shown that most players are expendable and easily replaced. All right. So you thinking you have value, or you're like, oh, I don't like the coach. I don't like how the coach is talking to me. I ain't trying to do all this running. I don't like how we play. I'm jumping in the portal. Cool. When you're in there for 1 or 2 years afterwards, remember that's a decision you made, right? And I'm not saying this to do I told you so to some players who I've tried to help and mentor, but this needs to be said. There's too many people who are not in these rooms, who don't have the experience, telling these young men what they should be doing and putting them in bad positions, or putting them in positions where people like me who kind of have an idea of what they're doing have to fix it, and usually fix it last minute. All right, or do some magic trick or pull some emergency to fix the situation when they should have just listened to people who know what they're doing in the first place. All right, this situation now, especially if you're a guard under 6'2", you gotta go where you wanted, not where you want to go. Let me say it again: go where you're wanted, go where you're needed, and not where you want to go. Because if you wait to go where you want to go, you will not have anything. You are not in the driver's seat. This is the reality. You are not in the driver's seat. And with the whole transfer portal thing is, and I've said this before, kids who came out of high school who were bona fide high major are now going mid major. Guys who are bona fide mid major are now going low D1. Guys that are low D1 are now going D2, so forth and so on. Right there, I have players who 5, 6 years ago, a D2 and a D3 would have kicked the door down to get them. Now they're like, I'm good. I'll find someone else in the portal. Now let me go back to the portal. I know I've been all over the place a little bit. There's another thing you guys don't understand, especially you guys who have not played in a year or two, have no stats, right? Have no new film. Why would I, as a coach, take you who haven't played in 1 or 2 years, whether it's because of injury, whatever the case may be, have a whole bunch of question marks about why you haven't played in 2 years, when there's a kid in the portal who has better numbers than you, better grades than you, probably is a better fit than you, and have better stats versus better competition than you. That's part of the story people don't look into or don't really think about, right? That perspective. There's a lot of talent still in the portal. So why would I risk my job or my opportunities to get a better job on a kid who hasn't played in 1 or 2 years with no stats, no film, when there's an abundance of kids who just have the following, right? Have better stats than you, play better competition than you, has better grades than you, right? and probably a better fit. And I even calculate, attitude, work ethic, or coachability, any of the other stuff. So you guys keep thinking you're in the driver's seat because you were, how can I put this? You were pampered and babied in high school. College is a different animal. If you're not, pardon me, if you're not top of the top, you're not getting that type of treatment. And the guys at the top of the top don't need it. So I want you guys to keep this in mind when you think about jumping in the portal, when you're looking at your recruitment, especially guys that are in JUCO right now, or guys who were playing D2, NAI, or Division III, thinking of transferring up. Keep these things in mind, all right? You're a commodity. You can easily be replaced. It sounds effed up, I know, but you're in the business of basketball. If you can't get the job done, they will find someone else that does it better. Doesn't mean they don't like you. But at the end of the day, these coaches are trying to keep their jobs or trying to get better jobs on the college level, right? Most guys in college are not coaching just for the love of the game. Not to say there aren't guys like that. But most guys are looking to level up, right? If they're a D2 coach, they want to be a D1 coach. If they're an assistant, they want to be the head coach. Most coaches are ambitious. So if you're not getting the job done, they will find your replacement. And I'll keep it even funkier for you. Depending on your situation, you might be giving your replacement a school tour. And a lot of guys relate to this. You went to a school and all of a sudden, every other week for a visit is someone that plays your position. Yeah, they're looking to replace you. This is what the beast is. If you don't get the job done, they will replace you. And I think kids who played high-level AAU on EYBL, Under Armour, sneaker circuits, already going understanding this because it happens on that all the time. I've seen players get flown home and new players get flown out the same weekend. That's the business. Guys have to win to keep their jobs. Pardon me, again, keep their endorsements, keep their funding, whatever level it is, whether it's high school, college, AAU. When you're on the highest of levels, you have to win. And if you're not getting the job done, you will be replaced. And I think, if anything, the portal should have opened people's eyes to that part. Because now coaches, if a kid's not getting it done, but they'll tell, hey, you should go in the portal. And if they tell you, hey, you should go in the portal, that means your replacement's already on the way. And it's time we have these real uncomfortable conversations. All right? You're not as valuable as you think you are. You need to go where you're wanted, not where you want to be. Only a small percentage of high school and guys in the portal actually have, like I said, that choice, those options to kind of handpick where they want to go. You can't move like they move. And I think that's the biggest problem. You can't move like your All-American friend moves. You're not an All-American. You got to stay in your lane until you have achieved enough accolades to change your speed limit. That is all. Like I said, I know I'm going to hurt some feelings. I'm hurt some feelings personally because that I know, because they struggle with this and they're being told the wrong information, but this is what it is. You're not as valuable as you think you are. You can be easily replaced. And I'll end it with this. I've heard college coaches say, like, well, why would I go out of town to recruit a guard? There's 1,000 6'2" to 6'3" guards in my state that can play. So if you're a 6 foot to 6'3" guard, what are you doing that separates yourself from the pack? Because literally you can go in any state and pick someone of that size range that can play. There's a lot of talent. Players from 6'3" to 5'10", lots of talent. So what are you doing to separate yourself so you stand out and you can be picked? Have a blessed day.